Hello, Rosanna. I've been having trouble with my webcam. Oh, I'm doing good for the shape I'm in. Oh, I've had a time now. Uh, all right. Says I've got 4 people watching. Anybody that sees that link, come on up and talk to me. I'd like to check this out. See if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Is it working? I couldn't get it to download the software for the webcam. Come to find out it was a whole brand new deal. You hear me? Okay, good deal. Well, I've got the light on tonight. Wait a minute. Got a knock on the door. Look who we got here. It's going to be our new president. Oh, Mr. Joe Biden. What do you think of this? He grew a beard. Ugly. I thought it was pretty neat. I told Grizz he's been having that flusher. I said, put Trump's head down for Monday. Does look pretty neat though, don't it, Rosanna? I like it. We're only going to raise taxes. Disgusting. Yeah, we're only going to raise taxes for over 400,000 people making over 400,000. And we're going to bring the jobs back to the US that Trump sent away. My mask or the flushing? Hey, Brian, what did you see your new president? Nobody going to come up and talk to me. Hey, Brian. So it's Friday. How is everybody? I thought I was going to have to buy a new webcam. I guess they changed the software. I don't know. It's working pretty good. You say you can hear me, so. No, it didn't. I just kept working and working. I found a different software. It said Hub. No, it's working pretty good. Well, Rose, I'm sorry you're bored. It's only 7 o'clock out there. Seems like it's working pretty good. I'd like to get somebody up here with me. Brian, you can give it a shot. Let's see. There's that link again. Hey, here comes Adam. Okay, talk to me, Adam.
Hello.
Okay, wait a minute. Talk again.
Hello.
How have you been?
How you been? I was going to call you because I was worried about you. I hadn't heard from you. I seen you the other morning. You stopped in somebody's channel. I think it was
Probably Waterbug or Iron Dog.
Iron Dog.
Or Grizz. I don't know. That's the ones I follow.
Yeah, one or two. I'm usually at work in the morning. I just have it on my phone, just in my pocket, listening.
I understand. Well, had trouble with my webcam. Waterbug called me and said, hey, come up and go live. And it wouldn't work. My webcam wouldn't work. Didn't have no sound. Then I messed with it and I didn't have nothing.
How old is it?
How old is the webcam?
Yeah.
Well, I bought it in June of 2017.
Huh.
So it's 3 years old.
Electronics. You never know what's going on with those.
Well, it was a software.
Huh.
They've changed the software. I couldn't find the right software for it. You just now come in. Did you see him? Did you see your new president? Can you hear me?
Joe.
Uncle Joe. Can you hear me? Uncle Joe.
I can hear you now.
Have you muted your YouTube side? Because we're getting an echo. Muted your YouTube side? Because we're getting an echo. Or a repeat.
All right, I'll turn my TV down. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. That's better. You got me going through the TV? Hello, Joseph.
Hello, hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I'll sign off and sign back in.
Huh. Maybe we ain't got the bugs out of it yet. Joseph, would you like to come up? There, Joseph. Click on that link right there. Oh,
I can hear you
Adam.
now.
All right.
It might be my phone or something. I don't know.
No, I can hear you fine now. We're just getting that repeat for
Okay.
me.
I had my TV on, so I turned it down.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
If you've got an open speaker coming back into the microphone, that's what does it.
See,
Yep, that's good.
I went deaf again. I can see you and see your lips moving, but my microphone on my headset. Let me wiggle it.
Went crazy there for a minute. Joseph, click on that link and come up.
It did this last time I got on.
Well, right this minute, it's doing good. Well, oh, we lost you. So, me and Miss Pam, we've spent 2 days working out there putting up lights. I made a real short video. I haven't got it together yet and uploaded. But okay, here's back. Anyhow, we put up some lights. I wasn't crazy about one way or the other. I'll be ready to take them down. Do you have Christmas lights, Adam?
Yeah, we put ours up last week. Just I got lights up year round on our fireplace.
Oh, cool. Okay, Joseph, one day you will.
I don't have no
You're
presents under the tree.
well.
I haven't wrapped them yet.
Well, we don't have a kit. See,
Yeah.
you got boy and girl.
Yeah, they're with their mama though.
That makes a big difference, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, we won't put up a tree.
Well, you got each other.
Sure, but to me, the meaning of Christmas is not that tree and them lights out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's more work than needs to be.
Yeah.
Now, we'll have to go put the things up.
I think the sound went out again.
Nope, I can still hear you. Oh, for me, the sound for me. Oh, lost him again. Well, let's see. We can. Are you there, Adam? Link. Well, there he is back. You back there?
Yep.
I sent out an invite, is what I was doing. When I go to my YouTube or to my email, I can't see the screen or anything.
Oh yeah.
That's why you was down in the basement by yourself.
I'm used to the basement.
Did you do the laundry while you was down there?
Yep. How's the weather up there? Cold?
No, for December, it's almost hot. Right now,
Yeah.
it's 56, but we've been outside. I've had this short sleeve shirt on outside putting the lights up, and it was like 63 outside.
Wow.
I mean, it's just perfect if you're doing something. I mean, I got long pants on and short sleeve shirt, but didn't have to have a coat. Same here today, got up to 53. Well, I think it got about 63 here. Now, right now it says 56 here. Let me see what the computer says. $55. Now it says rain. Well, it's a good thing we got them put up.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain here tomorrow, I think, sometime, and then Sunday.
I haven't been outside since I went and checked the lights. She's got this timer. It comes on when it gets dark, and you set it for 5 hours. So I guess it'll go off about 10 o'clock.
Now you got tall bushes in front of your house. You got what'd you put lights on?
Uh, we got reindeer out front.
Oh really? On like the garage side or the
No, out in front of the house.
the other side?
And then the flower bed, she put a nativity scene up.
Okay.
How do you know it got big bushes in the house?
Because I've watched your videos.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I need to bring them back a little bit. They're boxwoods.
I was out in front of your house, Kim.
Yeah, you've been out there lurking, ain't you?
Yeah, I've been knocking on your window. Remember, you put a bunch of videos out. Remember?
Yeah, I know. Okay. Well, I thought maybe you Googled my house.
I don't even know your address.
Okay.
I know your phone number, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could find you if I went to Lawrenceville.
Well, if you went to Lawrenceville, I want you to find me.
Yeah, if I'm ever up there, I'll swing by.
Well,
Even if I got to sit in the car and you can talk through the window.
No, if you come here, you can come in the house. You just can't smoke in the house.
Yeah. So what have y'all been doing besides putting lights up?
Oh, I don't know. She's had doctor's appointments. I've got one coming up. Next week, I got to go get blood work done. It ain't going to be good. We've been sitting here at the house because you can't get out because of this Trump virus, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I do go to Walmart, and of course, I don't get right up next to anybody by wearing my mask.
Right.
I got me a movie today. I haven't watched it yet. It's Dr. Seuss, uh, The Grinch.
That's a classic.
Well, it's a little different. It's a little different than the
Original.
cartoon years ago.
Yeah. You got to get your Wizard of Oz pictures back up there.
They're there.
Yeah, I noticed they're underneath your Biden sign. What'd you do? Put a brighter light in there?
I got the light on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've got the Scrooge. I always try to watch it. And then Pam always likes to watch It's a Wonderful Life. We got a DVD on both of them.
That's the one at the end that starts snowing and he's in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he wished he had never been born. And the town changed because, you know, and he lost a hearing in one of his ears. And it's a good show too.
You see, when I was little, I always thought everything was in black and white. I always thought Wizard of Oz was black and white, the whole movie. So I had a black and white TV. And then when I got older, we got a color TV.
Yeah.
And then it got colorful when she landed in the house crashed and she woke up.
Well, what color of TV was it? Ours was brown.
Ours was about a 50-pound, 19-inch box that sat on top of a table. And then we got a floor model, and it was a color TV.
Well, we had a console.
Yeah, I remember having to get up there and turn the dial to get it to come in.
It took 4 men and a little boy to pick it up.
Yeah.
And then the picture went out. So, you didn't get rid of that one. You just bought a portable one and set it on top.
Yeah, right. Everybody had 3 or 4 TVs in the basement or in the living room.
Yeah. Well, now we got flat screen TVs.
Yeah.
We got one in every room of the house.
Yeah.
Including the basement. I mean, that works. That's plugged in. And one in the bathroom.
Wow.
I'm not kidding you.
They're not that much anymore either.
Nope. They're,
You can get a 32-inch for like under $200.
yeah. Now we got our big TVs. The biggest one's in the bedroom, and then we got one pretty good sized one in the living room too. Joseph works at the grocery store.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, Brian, I think the Lord had looked out for me because, man, I'm glad I'm not having to work right now with this mess out here. I mean, I'm not making as much as I did, but I don't have to put up with the bull crap, you know. Hello, Mason.
I'll tell you the truth, I don't really notice much difference because I'm the type that just goes to work and comes home. And when I go out of town to work on a job, it's like I'm working 12 hours and I go back to the room or stop through the drive through and go back to the room. You know, there's not a lot of leisure time on the road, so other than putting a mask on going into a place, I mean,
Yeah, do you have to work with a mask on?
well, I have to come in a building, they take your temperature, wear a mask, and then like when I'm not around anybody, I can kind of pull it down.
Mason,
When you're in a
I
when
put
you're in a what?
well,
Go ahead.
Mason's in here, and I put a link in there for him to come up.
I don't.
I did read your comment about your sister, Tessa. How is she doing? She's really sick. She's a nurse. Caught it at work. I'm so sorry to hear that, Brian.
Whew,
I caught it, but I didn't respond to it.
that's like ground zero there, being a nurse.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to the doctor about 3 months ago and I fell off the bed and hit my head on the edge of the little nightstand.
How did you fall out of bed?
I don't know, man. All I know is I
I'm,
remember hitting my head and landing on all fours, but I caught the edge like right above my temple, and then thing bubbled up like a pinball. And I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" The wife said, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I hit my head."
did you bleed from it?
No, but it left a nice
Goose
like
egg.
half inch. It left a line. After a couple of days, you could see the line. It kind of like scabbed up. But I went to the doctor, so I can go back to work. And I went in there. I pre-registered before I went, so I didn't have to fill out anything. And then I sat there for about 20 minutes. They called me back in there. Then they stick a thermometer in my mouth. I'm like,
Well, it's a
you
good
get
thing
weighed.
that
Then I
end,
had,
not the other.
and then I had to wait in a little room, and then I just didn't feel comfortable being in there. Because they're not cleaning the place in between people going in and out of there.
No.
It's kind of like the worst place to be is in a hospital or a doctor's office or.
Well, see, that's I was supposed to have went to see the doctor before Thanksgiving, and I called and canceled
Mm-hmm.
because I've got to go to the hospital to get blood work before I go. So today's the 11th, and my appointment's the 21st. So sometime like Wednesday or Thursday, I'll go to the hospital because they had just reported there was over 100 people in Lawrence County that had been positive. So I thought, heck with that. So I called and canceled right before Christmas.
Well, hospital's about the most dirtiest place that exists, if you think about it. Everybody that goes there is sick. It's septic. It's like in the air vents, and that's why they close hospitals, because they get so full of germs that they can't control it. So they gotta like shut it down and build a new one, or change the ductwork. People don't realize that.
Well, what do you think about an airplane?
Oh, what do they call it, a germ tube or something like that?
Pretty much, because you know you don't get no outside air. I don't think so. They just recycle the air that's in the cabin
Yeah,
because
because it's
when
pressurized.
you're up,
Yeah,
when you're way up, it's pressured and there's no oxygen outside. So, you're breathing your air again. And Joe Blow,
mm-hmm.
he's coughing, hacking, and well, you're
Yeah.
breathing him, you know. And that was before they had the Trump virus.
Well, that's like hospitals. More people die from infection at hospitals than they do people die from gunshots every year. It's unreal. Everybody I know almost that has surgery or something, they get an infection. They got to go back in because they got an infection
They got a
from the
staff.
hospital.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So,
Because it's so
Brian,
full of germs.
42 new cases today here in Lawrence County. But we're on the, now we've actually got something going on that might help us out if they get them passed out. There's a vaccine out there now.
Well, there's a couple of them, I think, but I know Pfizer's got one, but then there's other companies that have them too.
I think that there's 3 companies,
Mm-hmm.
but don't quote me on that. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Mason, did you see the link come up? Metal detecting.
You know what I noticed about YouTube lately? Is it seems like it's leveled out as far as you got your big channels and you got the smaller channels like yours, but a lot of people aren't engaged in YouTube like they used to be. It don't seem like.
No, they're getting burnt out. Okay, Mason.
A lot of people's going to other platforms, but
Well, I don't think I do too bad for no more than I do. I made $28 last month.
that's cool. I mean, you know what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying. I'm saying just in general, just
Oh,
in being a viewer. You know.
I see. I've put up political stuff, and I've been losing subscribers like crazy. But I'm still afloat.
You're all right. There's so many whack jobs out there that have channels. It's unreal. Some of the stuff they do on their channels. All these conspiracy guys, and they're gonna take my guns. How are they gonna take your guns?
Joe don't want your guns.
It's impossible.
Joe don't want your guns. He's not going to defund the police. He's not going to raise your taxes unless you make over 400,000. I mean, listen to the facts.
I've been alive 44 years. There's been about, I don't know, since Carter. And since I was old enough to work, I've had to work. No matter who the president is, I have to go to work.
Right.
So it don't really matter who the president is. I mean, Obama let everybody smoke pot, so, and he made gay marriage legal. So I mean,
Well,
there's good and bad in every president, right?
oh, but this one here, he was terrible. Well, now
He was different.
we didn't legalize pot here in Illinois until not too long ago.
Well, they're fixing to pass it to where it's legal everywhere on the federal level, I believe. I'm just saying there's good and bad in every president, right?
Well, I hope there's not too much bad into Biden.
I just hope he makes the 4 years health wise.
Well, I do too, and I hope something happens to Trump one way or the other, so he don't try in 2024.
He ain't gonna run in 4 years.
I hope not.
Trump's already rich and plays golf. I see in a couple. I don't think he'll be back after a couple weeks. He'll just stay
He didn't
golfing.
need money. He'd done swindled money like crazy. He didn't need the money.
I don't know. I just try to live right and go to work.
Any guns that you have today, they're not going to get. But like the assault rifles, they're going to quit making them. You know, I don't know. I don't have an assault rifle. I have shotguns and high power rifles and stuff like that. But
well, it's
I don't
like
shoot.
I hung out in the worst areas growing up, but I didn't have any problems because I minded my own business.
Correct.
I was polite. Please, thank you, excuse me. Everybody wants respect, so as long as you're not disrespecting anybody or running up in somebody's yard or to their door, there's never going to be a reason to shoot anybody.
Well, like Brian, he likes to take his guns out and practice.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a thing wrong with that.
No.
And if he's got an assault rifle, he wants to shoot out there in the desert or in his backyard, go for it.
Sure.
But what we don't want is some idiot to take one to a school or a church and see how many people they can kill. That's
yeah,
what.
But you know,
but
a lock on your door is just for honest people.
Yeah, that's true.
My boss said he's been trying to train his gun to do the dishes for years. You know, it won't do it. It's just people that. It's people. They make the choice to do that. Whether they can buy it legally or illegally, they're going to get one and do damage.
That's right, Brian. You can't stop stupid.
I mean, I know people that's had guns and they never even look at them that much. They're just there in case.
I've got a gun case down in the basement full, and over 10 years ago, I took them out and cleaned them and oiled them down real good and put them back in there. They're probably rusted shut by now. I don't know.
They might be all right. But, you know, everybody has the right to protect themselves. You know, somebody comes up to your house, I mean, you got the right.
right, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to get down there and get one. The guns I have, the reason why I have them is they pretty pretty much was my dad's, and I could take them out and sell them. Well, I talked to a guy. He had a whole bunch of guns and his dad's and stuff, and I said, "What are you going to do with them?" He said, "Well, if I sell them, I'll spend the money, and I won't have the money, and I won't have the guns."
Right.
Thank you, Mason. I don't know what kind of. It's just a high back chair that I bought from Office Max. And see, that's what my dad taught me and my sister was gun safety. And when dad was living, we went hunting and what have you. Well, I don't have a gun permit now, but I don't go out hunting. I can't walk in the woods. If the ground ain't level, I can't walk. I'll twist my ankle or fall down, or I just I just can't do it anymore. That's why I had to quit working. So I'm not going to try to get a gun permit because then they'll know, well, you got one. If they do come and get them. That's right, Brian. A 12-year-old son will outshoot most adults. Exactly. Well, back in my day, I was a pretty good shot. Today, I probably couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
The older you get, it's harder to hold it steady.
Oh, I can't hold nothing steady. I can't hardly write my name.
I can't hardly see what's on my phone anymore without my glasses, but I can see far. It's just close. It's blurry. It sucks getting older.
Hello, Kathy.
What are you, 64 now?
I'm 64.
So you're like my dad. You're like 20 years older than me.
Yep. But now, here in Illinois, for years, if you carried a gun, you had to have it in a case, unloaded. So you could put it up in the back glass of a pickup truck, but it had to be in the case.
Remember them days?
Well, I mean, you still can, but it's got to be in the case.
I remember kids bringing them to school. In the parking lot, they had them on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Kathy, how's dog?
What was you getting, baby? What is it?
Address book.
Oh, address book.
Yeah, I was almost ready to buy a new webcam. I couldn't get this one to install. He's still running his mouth. Okay. Well, tell him I said hi. I won't get to see him in the morning because he gets up too early for me.
Yeah, he says he gets up about 3:30. I'm usually up about 3:30 too. I'm usually at work at 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember them days.
I was there before 6 today.
Now, if I can, I don't get up until 8.
Well, he was up about 8:30 the other day on somebody's channel
Yeah,
because you said hello.
yeah. It was probably Dog's channel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it could have been Grizz's.
Somebody's. It might have. Yeah. Well, Steve's been doing a lot of them early too, so I don't know.
I don't usually get on Steve's live.
Okay.
Anybody see my daddy? I don't know.
Y'all gonna go see your mother-in-law?
You're out. Go look at him. They got her locked down. There was 2 people in the facility
Oh, really?
that was positive.
Wow.
So we went down Wednesday and took her some stuff, but we couldn't talk to her.
Right.
We could just look at her through the door.
Oh, okay. She doing all right?
So far,
She healed up from her accident years ago, a couple
yeah,
years
but
ago.
she's got it in her head. She's got to walk with a walker. So
Mm.
what are you going to do?
She feels more comfortable, more safe.
Feel more comfortable. Exactly.
You know.
But they'll let them walk around inside.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
hallway goes clear around the circle. She can do a bunch of walking and never go outside.
It'd be nice if they had an inside pool for them.
Yeah.
Just to get in there and stretch or just float a little bit.
Boy, I tell you what, we love that hot tub. I had to buy a new piece for it the other day. It quit working. It stayed warm, but it wouldn't heat up right.
Oh,
The
heating
control where you push the jets and stuff on,
Mm-hmm.
that part went bad. That was about $190.
Wow. They're not cheap.
Nope. Well, see, I replaced that one time. I don't know how many years ago. I didn't keep the paperwork on it. It was 125, so now it's 190.
I know
Same piece and same company.
everything's high right now. I bought a starter for a car about 2 years ago, but it had been about 12 years before that I had to buy one, and I about didn't buy it because it was like $170 some. I'm used to it being about $45-50 for a starter.
Oh, I understand. One time, it was I forget what car we had, a Chevrolet Corsica or something like that, and the alternator went out of it. Oh my heavens! It was like $200 and some, and I was used to the old uh, generators, alternators, $30.
Yeah.
And I pulled in there to an Exxon station in Georgia. This is years ago, and I inquired about, yeah, we can put that on for you. And man, he got a mechanic, and he just jumped right on it. And the parts store was just, you could see it from the thing. I said, how much that gonna be? And he told me it was like $200 some plus labor. I said, oh
Wow.
my God. He said, well, you want me to tell him to quit? Oh, I gotta have it. I gotta get home.
Shoot.
And right then, I thought, I'm never going to leave the house without a credit card.
There you go. I've been on a trip like that. Had a flat tire in near Dalton, Georgia, years ago. I was driving up from Florida up to Indiana, and I had just had my daughter, so she was like 3 months old or something. I pulled into the Goodyear and I bought 4 brand new tires. That was like 500 some bucks. Then I get up past Louisville and get gas, and the van wouldn't start. The battery went bad, and there was a at AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts across the street. So I got a jump, drove over there and bought a battery. So I basically broke down twice trying to get back up north.
Oh, isn't that something?
Yeah. It always happens when you have a bunch of money and you're on a trip.
Well, I had a battery to go bad in the car we both have, but the car she used to have, I traded my PT in and I took her car when I bought that Cadillac. So I had a battery go bad. And I took that battery out, put a new battery in, and it wouldn't idle. Well, I got online and I had messed it up, and it has to learn how to idle. You gotta, I forget what all I had to do, but put the brake on and put it in gear and let it idle.
Mm-hmm.
And it took, because I don't drive it that much, but it took probably 2 months to completely learn how to idle.
Really?
If he slowed down and turned the corner, it would die.
Wow. You drive it much now?
Well, I just drive. I drive it a little bit, but like if I'm going to Walmart or if I go to Vincent's or so, I'll drive it. Just basically keep everything lubed on it.
Yeah. It
It's
was, huh?
it's a nice car. It's a all-wheel drive, so
It looks like a van, don't it?
well, it's an SUV,
Yeah.
but it's all-wheel drive. So if we ever have snow, that's one we're going to take. I kind of wanted the Cadillac to have all-wheel drive. I said at least have front-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
It does. So, but like I said, it's idling pretty good now.
That's good.
So if something was to happen to the battery on the Cadillac, I definitely will take it to the shop.
Well, if you ever get out of the Cadillac, you got a fob though now, so like
Right?
the older Cadillacs before the fobs came out, if you went to take the key out of the ignition and it wouldn't let it come out, that let you know your battery was bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I figured that out when I went to give a guy a jump. Because I had a roadside service business for 2.5 years, so I've seen a lot of different vehicles broke down, but he was at the park and he went to turn the car off. He's going to walk his dog, and he
Couldn't
called
get
up the road. He said he needed a jump or something. He couldn't get his key out or something, and that's what it was.
Yeah. Had to relearn. Right, Brian. Well, I only have one credit card, and so far I'm in the black. Well, I owe one it this month, but I've got enough to pay off. But I've been buying stuff, you know, you always do around Christmas. A Chevy Cruze, that's a nice little car. A girl I used to work with, she had a Chevy Cruze. Well, she worked in the office, I worked in the yard. Now I've only have the one, only have one credit card, and I I have a Chase, and it gives me cash back.
I don't personally have any credit cards. I usually pay cash for everything. But
Uh,
I do have a American Express from work.
all right,
So when I'm on
they
the road, I can,
they pay for your road or room on the road, right?
yeah. That's why I have the American Express.
Can't beat that. And then you get points at a Holiday Inn.
Yeah. But when we went up to South Carolina a couple months ago and I stayed for free.
I used to have a bunch of credit cards. When I was married to my ex-wife, she had a bunch, and I had to refinance my house to get them all paid off. Brian, have
Well,
you ever looked at your credit rating? I bought that car, and my credit rating was over 800. And when I bought the car, they did a whole bunch of credit checks, and it hurt my credit. Now I'm down to like 788.
that's still good though.
Yeah, it's good, but
Well, when these people come from other countries, they get a different credit rating than we get.
you got it 790. But I've been paying my credit card off every month. I paid my car off, and it's still under 800. I can't get over that.
Well, credit's good to get a lower loan rate, but if you don't have the cash, credit's useless. If you don't have the money to pay it. That's how I've always looked at it. I got a credit card for 10,000 and I use it and max it out. I better have the 10,000 to pay it off. Otherwise, it's just, I don't, your credit's going to go down or whatever. But
Yeah, mine's got a credit limit of 8,000.
hmm
I've never had that much on it.
right. But you
Now,
understand what I'm saying, though. Like
oh,
credit,
I understand. Now,
it,
when we
it,
went to When we went out west, I got it up to like 3 or 4 thousand
Mm-hmm.
because we, like I say, we was staying out every night at room every night
Yeah, they're not cheap.
for 3 weeks. And no, they're not cheap.
Yeah, they're good to have, but I know people, Tim. I know people that owe like $70,000 on their credit cards, and that's what they live off of. All they do is keep paying their credit cards and living off their credit cards for 20 years. And they're wealthy people, but they just don't. They pay so much every month on their credit cards to where they can't really save money to pay them off. So it's just a cycle they get into. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
They make good money, but they don't make enough to pay them off. If
Well,
that
they
makes
spend too
sense.
much.
Yeah.
The money that goes in my checking account, I usually don't bother it. I mean, I've got a few bills like uh, my electric bill and water bill. I have to pay that out of it, but I don't actually bother my money in my checking account until the end of the month. I pay my credit card off.
Mm-hmm. It having good credit helps you get a lower interest on buying a vehicle or maybe a house, you know. But other than that, that's all credit's really good for, right?
I think, yeah.
A house or, a big purchase to get lower interest rates.
Well, we went in there and sat down to buy that Cadillac, and the guy said, how's your credit? And I said, well, that speedometer goes way over there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at your credit rating, it'll it's like a speed check on your computer. It'll go over.
Mm-hmm. What's like around here, everything's 500,000, 700, over a million.
What's
But you
that?
never see the houses around there.
Oh,
But it's like you never see nobody outside. It's like they pull out of their garage, they go and they come back, they get in their
they're
house.
working. They're working to pay for it.
Yeah, they're house rich.
Yeah.
That's all they have. I mean,
Well,
or
now
they drive like a piece of crap car and have a house, or they have a Mercedes and have a crappy house. That's how it works.
I've got a nice car and a decent house.
Yeah.
Um, I bought this house in 1989, and I give 15,000 for it. I mean, it can be a 2 bedroom house, 1 bath, got like a half a bath down the basement, shower and stool. But I've done a lot of work on the house.
Nothing wrong with that.
I I don't know what it would be worth. If I was to go to sell it, I wouldn't take less than 60 for it. No way.
You don't want to get rid of your home. That's one thing you don't want to get rid of is a home.
No, I'm not gonna get rid of my home. Not if I can keep from it.
I mean, even apartments are expensive nowadays. They're like, it's nothing to be over $1,200 a month for a 2 bedroom,
Yeah, and you pay $1,200 and it's gone.
and you still got to pay utilities.
Yeah, well, utilities.
I mean, even up in Indiana, where every house is 150 years old, and the roads haven't been redone since they had brick roads, and they're wanting 650 for a little apartment. Not in the
to,
best area. It's like
to rent. Yeah,
rent's gone up, mortgages. It's like
well,
the house I live in was $28,000 when they built it in 1978.
but now they're bringing up minimum wage, so things gonna go up.
That's why groceries are high.
Yeah, the groceries has really went up since this virus.
I mean, you can get hot dogs for 97 cents, or you can get hot dogs for $5.
I went to the store the other day. Let's see, where was we at? We was in Fairfield, and she went to the doctor, and I went to Walmart, and I seen her brand of toilet paper. So I grabbed it, and it said take one pack. You know,
hmm
they only let you have one of them and one water. Okay, that's no problem. Well, I paid for it, and I told my wife, I said that was $12 for a pack of that toilet paper. Is that normal? She always buys
Bulk.
stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
She says, "Well, I don't know. I never paid no attention either. Just you got to have it. You buy it.
Yeah.
But she got out of the doctor's office. I said, "Well, what we ought to go do is we both go in there and you buy a pack and I'll buy a pack and then we'll have plenty."
Yeah.
No, she said didn't feel like going in. Well, I went to Walmart today because I went to get my movie. I took a movie back and got another movie, and I thought, well, while I'm in here, I'll see. And they didn't have one roll of toilet paper like she has,
Really.
or she wants the blue Northern,
Quilted Northern, whatever it is.
not the purple, the blue.
Uh-huh.
And while I'm here at the house, I don't use any toilet paper because I've got that redneck bidet in there with the water.
Right.
Oh, that works excellent.
Well, the wife went down, what was it, back in April, when everybody was buying out the toilet paper companies. And she was at Walgreens one day. We still had some. We didn't even. We always buy like a 36 pack, and it lasts us forever. But she got us a pack of 4, and it was $8 and change for 4 rolls. I was like, holy cow!
Um, I forget how many rows. It's a normal pack, maybe pack of 12.
Uh huh.
It was $12 and something.
I'll be right back.
And they would only let you have 1 gallon. Yep. See, that's the deal. When this first started, they'd go in there and fill up a shopping cart, and nobody would get any. So we got 1.5 things of water because I drink it out of the faucet. She's got to have bottled water. I run our house through a filter, so. Well, you see, it's a woman thing, Brian. She's got to have a certain kind of toilet paper. Because the other toilet paper uh, breaks her out, she says. Okay.
Yeah, we stocked up. Can you hear me?
Yep.
We stocked up about 2 months ago. We probably spent $1,500 in about 2 weeks just stocking up on meat and pasta, rice, just for the winter. We used to do it anyways. Filled the pantry up with cans.
Well, the thing of it is, out here at Walmart, you can get all kinds of like meat and stuff like that. I don't know who you are, but goodbye.
Would you have a special guest?
Had a special guest. Well, Dingle Dangle. He didn't do anything wrong, but I'm getting ready to get off here. Well, Adam, I'm tickled death you came on here.
Well, it was nice talking to you. I'm sure I'll talk to you before Christmas.
Hope so.
If not, I'll give you a call.
Well, yeah, give me a call.
I got to go to work in the morning anyways. I got to get up at 4:30.
Well, it's 11:30 for you.
Almost.
Oh my God, we better
Well,
get off.
I was fixing to go to sleep, then I seen you pop up, so I figured I'd get on.
Yeah, well,
Talked for a while.
I'm glad you did.
Me too. We'll holler at you sometime, buddy. Y'all take care.
All right.
All right,
Everybody
bye.
on here, be good. Kathy, thanks for coming in.